Welcome to the channel. Today is going to be a review of our Carnival cruise from Port Canaveral. We flew into Orlando, so Port Canaveral to Bimini on the Carnival Glory. We actually didn't do an excursion this time. It's the first time that we didn't, but everything worked out really great. I'll show you a little bit of the ship, what we got into, and then give my final thoughts at the end.
Valerie, Kyle Travel Channel.
We arrived in Orlando pretty late, and honestly, I had been worried about getting an Uber at that time. We didn't Uber until maybe after 11. It was no problem. We found one just fine. It was an hour away to get to Port Canaveral. I think the Uber was a little bit over $100. So it was pretty reasonable. Honestly, we split it 4 ways, which is why we didn't do the Carnival bus, which we had done the previous time. We had no issues doing that either. So we stayed on Cocoa Beach for the night and then got ready and hopped on the ship the next morning. Went through the same check-in protocol. It's kind of repetitive once you've done it a handful of times, so I'm not going to go through that. I did go through that on our last video from Ensenada. So we're finally getting on the ship. We did the muster station first, and then we went to our room. We were on the 11th floor. We did upgrade to a balcony, which we rarely do, but we got a good deal, so we figured why not. The only issue I had was that our room was, and you're facing the spa, and you look left, you could see our door. So other people were down a hallway. Ours was facing the elevator, which I could hear the dinging at night when people were going up and down. Because it was on the 11th floor, there weren't that many people kind of making their way up all the way to the spa, especially that late. Like I said before, I rarely leave really negative comments. That was just one thing I noticed, that had we been down the hallway, maybe we wouldn't have heard it as easily. This is our room. It's pretty cute. Nice little area. I like the couch. And we have bathroom, shower, pretty standard. Standard. One thing that's kind of nice about this room is that we have the mini fridge, and it's under the TV cubby. And then we have a bunch of shelves, because usually the mini fridge is on the bottom right there, and then it makes the closet really warm all night. So it's kind of nice. After we got our stuff set, got into our room, we walked around the ship. I'm always going to show some towel animals because I think they're super fun. And then it was already time for dinner. Here's some of the menu. Here's the entree menu for the first night. So they had Szechuan shrimp, Cornish game hen, 12-hour braised short rib, pappardelle pasta with braised lamb, vegetable Wellington, and the featured Indian dish. We got the Cornish game hen and the 12-hour braised short rib, which I thought they did an amazing job on that. I've had it a handful of times. You can see how tender it is. It just fell apart in my fork. It basically melted. So we always really enjoy eating off the dinner menu. My favorite part of this meal was the magician. I'm leaving the whole clip in here because he was so entertaining. Here he is.
This is rope number 2. Rope number 2 is longer than rope number 1. Yeah. And this is rope number 3. You can see the difference between rope number 3 and 1. This is 3, this is 1, and this is 2. I'm going to hold the rope like this. First, I'll take the longer, then I'll take the medium, then I'll take the small. And as I do like this, they are same size. Oh, man. This is rope number 1. This is rope number 2. This is rope number 3. Nice. One more time, I will take rope number 1, I will take rope number 2, I will take rope number 3, and I snap my finger. There again I will go. This is small, medium, and the big. Nice. Okay, it was rope. Now I like to show you something different. And the next, which I like to show you, for that I have some rubber band, elastic band. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take 2 rubber bands. And this 2 rubber band is going to help me to perform a magic. I'm going to hold the ribbon in my hand like this.
Nice.
I'm going to hold the ribbon in my hand like that. You can see the ribbon, it is stuck. It can come from here, not from there, not from there. But I just do like this.
Hey, nice.
The next day, we stopped in Bimini. We decided to take the tram and explore since last time we did an excursion. Here's something that happened last time.
Oh, that's right where you fell.
Okay, I'm going to tell this story super quick. So when you walk along the pier after you get off the ship, in between the posts, there are little posts that separate the walking section versus the driving section. In between the posts, there are very small little boxes that I think are maybe reflectors for nighttime. And I was wearing just regular water shoes. They're pretty sturdy. I don't know how I missed it, but I had just meandered in between the post and this little guy right here. It barely sticks up a half an inch to an inch maybe. I rolled my ankle, fell over, and caused a whole scene. Everyone around me was very concerned, and as soon as they knew I was okay, they turned to Kyle and they just congratulated him on how amazing he was for helping me up. So we still talk about that to this day, just how ridiculous that situation was. But we made it to Resorts World. Here is the different shuttle areas. There's going to be a sign where you pick up the shuttle. All right, we're on the Resorts World little bus tram shuttle thing. And it goes to a bunch of different places. We tried to ask the concierge where, and he said they all go to the same place, but in a loop, so we don't really know. And even though if you look at the little stops, they have different destinations, so we're just gonna ride it around for a while because it's pretty hot and see where we end up. We've already been to the casino at Resorts World, so that was a good idea. And then kind of walked around. I got a coffee. They have a little Starbucks stand there. But right now we're just taking a tour around the island. We were going to rent golf carts. It didn't work out. But that's okay. Next time we will, because we'll be back. One of the tram stops was Fisherman's Village. We decided to find a spot here to grab a drink. Our friends were on an excursion, so we wanted an easy place for everyone to meet up. This was really, really easy. We just texted them a picture of the shop that we were at. There was actually a lot of music coming out of the bar, so we just said, follow the music and you'll find us. So we went to the Healing Hole Rum Bar, got a drink, and then they had some entertainment come out. So after our drink and the entertainment, we headed to Radio Beach because my husband saw really good reviews online. We found a taxi station area, which are just vans, and it was $5 per person each way. So for us, it was $10 there, $10 back. We stopped and got a conch fritters. This is the beach. It was actually really great. The weather was perfect, a little bit overcast. There were plenty of people hanging out in the bar. There were people swimming, but it was not crowded at all. There was one thing that happened I wanted to make sure to include. Cruise guest had their lanyard and their sail and sign card in the plastic. She was swimming with it and she got up and it was gone. A bunch of people ran to try to help grab it, but by then it was completely gone. So watch what you're wearing. If you do wear it, maybe get one of the lanyards that has a clip where you actually clip the card in the hole and not put it inside the plastic unless you're securing that, because what a pain it must have been to get back on the ship. She had to go have a card reprinted. It was nowhere to be found. So on the way back to the ship, we definitely stopped and got some really good pictures. I always forget to take pictures in front of the ship. I'm not quite sure why. And once we were back on the ship, we got ready for dinner. So for dinner, we ordered the beef carpaccio. We got a spinach salad. Those are going to be the appetizers. And then for the main, I got the chicken breast. They have that as an offer on every single one. And he got the herb crusted salmon. I've had that in the past. It's great. Creme brulee and the chocolate cake for dessert. After this, we took a walk outside on one of the lower decks where you can just walk along, enjoy the water, and it's a little bit quieter than the Lido deck. I know I've mentioned that before. After we took our walk after dinner, then it was time for the show. And we go to the show on every cruise. They do such a good job. On this one, a couple things that I wanted to highlight since I can't put the music on here is they do some really cool stuff. There were drones on one of our shows that had lights. This guy, the wings are on the screen, but then he's dancing to coordinate with the wings. We had this next one where she is swinging around on a rope, keeping in mind this is cruise ship entertainment, where I think they do a really good job. They're really stepping up the game. The best show we actually saw was on an MSC cruise. I do want to make a video on that because I took videos of every single performer. It was amazing. Carnival is stepping up their game. We have people swinging around on ropes. They do such a good job. The singing was great. The entertainment is really great. This is one thing that I recommend going to on every single cruise is go to the shows. They're included. Go to the entertainment. The next day, we started with the Sea Day brunch. And like I said before, I go over that full menu in the Ensenada video. So if you're curious, check that one out. We found on the app there was a tea party that they had set up. This was in the main dining room. So, what was really cool about this is the dining room is completely empty. It is quite a different experience from being there for dinner when there's a lot of commotion. When we got seated, the table was perfectly set. They brought us a little cart. You could pick out whatever desserts you wanted. There are different cakes, different pastries. They had macarons. I think we tried, maybe each of us had a different one, so we got one of each. I'm definitely a chocolate lover. I know I got a piece of the chocolate cake. And then you can also choose between a couple different teas. The tea was extra, they were $3.60 each, but the desserts were all included. It was something that our friends saw that we wouldn't normally have done, which is why I'm so happy we decided to go as a group because you never know what other people are going to find that you wouldn't see yourself. Now, from here, we split up. Kyle and I went to the casino. We do spend quite a bit of time there. Our friends went to one of the decks to relax, enjoy the sun, and then we met up for dinner. We did use the app, which was kind of glitchy. Not everyone was getting messages. So, for dinner, there were appetizers, frog legs, penne mariscos, shrimp cocktail, beef and petite greens, Caesar salad. We got the frog legs. He's had them one other time as well. And then for the entrees, coffee glazed roast duck and pan-seared barramundi, jerk spice pork chop, braised beef briskets, so many different options. I actually ordered off of the everyday menu, so I got the broiled strip loin. I ordered it medium. It was plenty big. They did a really good job of cooking it. No complaints at all. And we get to my least favorite part of every cruise. The next morning, we flew back home, and now it's time to show you how much we spent on the cruise. I am starting with the travel logistics. We did stay at a hotel the night before the cruise. That was 27,000 Wyndham points, nothing out of pocket. We took a taxi to the beach and back. That was $20. Uber's about 130 each way. We split it 4 ways. We had our credits, so that was nothing out of pocket for us. The airport parking was $40. We flew Southwest. That was points plus the companion pass going there as well as coming back. So we used points, meaning we had nothing out of pocket again. The next item is the total and $60 for travel. So next, let's look at what we spent on food. I know I've mentioned before we do take advantage of being on a cruise and spending as little as possible on additional food. I did get Starbucks on the Resorts World on Bimini. We paid for one mixed drink that was 15, conch fritters on the beach $20, airport water and snacks came in at 30. And then at the Orlando airport on our way out, we got the buffet. That was 57 for a total of 129. That's actually a little bit higher than it normally is, but the little things add up. We did not do an excursion on Bimini this time, so we did spend more time eating and getting drinks, different things like that. This brings us to our entertainment cost. I'm adding the cruise in that cost because that's what covered all of the entertainment for the whole weekend. So we had our cruise, we had a balcony upgrade, we had our casino offer, which did give us onboard credit. And with all of that and gratuities, $147. I had to re-add this one because normally it's a little more. We didn't do an excursion, so our out of pocket extras were really, really minimal. When we're in the dining areas, we try to order multiple entrees, we order multiple appetizers, multiple desserts. We make sure we have plenty of food so we don't buy extras like at the candy store. So our final total for our trip, this is just for the two of us, was $336. Like I said, that included all the travel, all the food, all the entertainment, the cruise. So I would love to know, what do you think about cruising on casino comps? I know there are entire channels dedicated to this, and at this point, it really has saved us a ton of money. We on our first cruise, we just spent time in the casino like we normally would, and the offers started coming in. Whether or not the offers are going to stay as good as they have been, that's yet to be seen. But as we do get the offers that are really good, we're booking cruises out to the future. We don't want to miss out on an offer because you never know if the next offer is going to be as good as the one you have. As always, thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Click here to watch our Ensenada cruise. Click here to learn about our favorite Ensenada excursion.